Hello and welcome back to my basement. This is Jeremiah Wolf, and I wanted to do something fun today. I was working on something and I said, it would be really fun to have a new email address. So I went out and I took a look around and tried to play with my name, Jeremiah and Wolf, and to set up a new personal email address. And I thought I'd record it in case it's something you ever want to try yourself. And here it is. So let's get into it. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started here. We are at domains.google.com. Let's find the perfect domain. Now, I've been debating about this, going back and forth, because I want it to be either Jeremiah or Wolf. But I think I like my first name more. So let's search for Jeremiah. And there's lots of options here. But I'll tell you one that I really like, Jeremiah.engineer. Not too bad of a price. We could go through here and look. I have already done that. I don't know why it's showing. If you go to all, you can see that there are actually quite a few more. Many of them are taken, but many more of them are not. Careers, boutique, WTF. That's funny. Science, actor. But you know what? Let's stick with the original thought. We will go back to engineer. Is it here? Engineer. Jeremiah dot engineer. Jeremiah.engineer. Let's buy it. All right, we'll go to our cart. Registration, $30 for a year. Privacy protection is on. Auto renew is on. So this, if you're actually starting off from scratch, this isn't too bad. That's about the price you're going to get. I use a different service, and I'm pretty sure that I can roll this in as a new domain under my existing service without having to pay any more. So I'm going to skip this. But if you're just looking, $12 a month. Oh, no. I'm sorry, I take that back. I'm paying like $12 a year. Yeah, no. Not per month. Never mind. For 1 year, there's really no advantage. Although I think it probably goes up next year. Does it say if it goes up? It probably does. I'm just going to stick with 1 year. We will check out. And I'm just going to autofill this, and I'm going to blur it out for you. Privacy protection is on. So if you're unaware, privacy protection, we'll talk about that in a minute. I would like to receive email about offers. No, thank you. Save and continue. My credit card is already listed. No promo code, $30 yearly. Buy. Okay. This is now ours. So I actually manage all of my domains on Amazon. So I'm going to see if I can transfer this to Amazon. Okay, so I am now in the admin console for my Zoho email account. And what I've done is added the new Jeremiah.engineer domain. So to tell Zoho that I actually do own this domain, I now need to add some form of way they can verify it. There's a couple different ways. This is the easiest, add a DNS text record. So I'm simply going to copy this. And then I'm going to come over back to Google Domains. And I'm going to add, so we have no name. Does it say type, custom, no records added? Oh, type. Oh my God, I am so dumb. It's right there. It is a text. And so the name is at or leave blank. We've already copied the verification number. We're going to paste in the verification number. And we're going to hit save. Okay, So we've now added that record. Now we also have some other records here. You can see start of authority. This just tells the world that Google is currently in control of Jeremiah.engineer. And then here's my name servers. So this tells anyone who's doing a lookup to come to Google to find out information about me. Now, eventually, I would like to transfer this to Amazon, as I mentioned, but doing a little bit of research, having just registered the domain, I have to wait 60 days. And the reason I didn't register it on Amazon was they didn't have options for a lot of those custom top-level domains. I forget what they're called, like specialty top-level domains. Anyway, the .engineer, the .cafe, whatever, those ones. They didn't have access to those. Not sure why, and I don't know if I can actually transfer once my 60 days are up. So we'll find out. But I'm happy to keep it on Google. It doesn't bother me at all. I just am familiar with AWS a little bit. Okay, so we're going to keep that there, and then according to Zoho, you may have to wait 30 minutes to 1 day for this change to propagate. So I'll pause the video, and I will come back when this is propagated. Okay, so it's actually only been a couple minutes, but it has, looks like it's there. So let's take a look, just verify. And I know you can do this in Windows, but I'm just going to do it here. So dig. We're going to look for Jeremiah.engineer, any text records that exist. And bam, there it is, Zoho verification. So, okay, so that's cool. So let's go ahead and move on to the next step. Okay, so we're back in Zoho now, and let's verify. Oh, you have proved. Okay, so it did work. That was quick. So, but there's a chance that even though I see it, they might not. They might, it hasn't fully propagated yet. Sometimes I have done changes to DNS, and it takes, especially over like a weekend, it can take a couple days. So usually it's very, very quick, but sometimes it can take a couple days. So, all right, now we have identified that your domain manager is Google. Log into your Google DNS account. Now add the below records to the DNS settings page. Click here for detailed instructions. Okay, so what are we adding? We're adding MX record. Now, this lists this as 3 different types. We're actually going to do this on one line. We're going to add an SPF and a DKIM. Now, these two things are verification tools so that you don't look like spam. So that when you send an email from Zoho here, when I send an email and the receiving SMTP server on the other end will look at it and it'll look at these records and say, oh, okay, this is genuine. So let's go ahead and do this real quick. So the first thing we want to do is add a text record called SPF, or no, I'm sorry, it is just a text record with an @ as the name. So we're going to do that. Okay, so we're going to add another record. It's an MX record. @ is the name. And so let's see what we got. We got a priority of 10, mx.zoho.com. So we're going to go 10 space mx.zoho.com. We're going to add another one. It is 20.mx2 space mx2. We're going to add another one. And it is 50 with mx3. So the priority of 50, mx3. There we go. We've added those records. And TTL, does it list recommended TTL? So 3600, that is an hour. Right? Yes. 6 times 6 is 36. 3600 is an hour. So yeah, that's a little short, but okay. All right. So we'll save that. It doesn't like the @ here. So we'll just leave that blank, I guess. And honestly, that's how I normally do it, is leave it blank. I don't think I've usually used the @ but they recommend it. So, okay, so let's add. We got a couple more to add. This is such a weird interface. Such a weird interface. Okay, so now we need to add text for our SPF. So we're going to go type text. This has a specific SPF type. That's interesting. But it tells us to use text type. So I'm going to use text type text. Paste. Save. Oh, that's interesting. It only lets me have one text record. That must be why they have an SPF. That's interesting. Okay, then let's create a new record. And this is also listed as text. Do we have a DKIM option? No. So what am I supposed to do? Why is it only letting me have one text record? What is going on? This is so weird. Oh, I can add another line to the text record. Okay. So I guess that's what we'll do. No, not that. Oh, no, this is a text record with the Zmail. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm an idiot. Okay, that's what was happening. It only let me have one text record with no host name. So that actually makes perfect sense. I'm an idiot. So we're going to copy this host name. Paste. This is a text record. So it's almost certainly going to let me do this. So let me copy this. Okay. And save. Does it let me do it this time? Okay, that's better. So now we have all that done. Okay, so we also need to check our registration settings because, no offense to you, but I do not want my personal info being out there. Although I know for a fact it is, and if anyone took 5 minutes, they could find out exactly everything about me. But setting that aside, contact information. So right now, so usually, let's see, you should have 3 contacts. Okay, admin and tech. So there they are. So usually you'll have the registrant, the admin, and the tech. Those can be different. For me, they're the same. But the thing is, I don't want anyone to be able to see this. So if you are using your domain for personal use, not for a business, this is key. For a business, you're not allowed to do this, but for personal use, you can turn on privacy protection. And if we look at the whois, it just gives the information of registrant at Google instead of my personal information. Now, if I turn this off and I click this, you would see my name, address, and phone number and email address, which I don't like. So, okay, so there we have it. So now we are all set up here. Okay, so once again, let's take a look at did I do that wrong? Okay, now it's the verification. Okay, there's the SPF. And I think the way we need to do this one is... Okay, so all of those are there. So we'll go ahead and verify. Sit back, relax. So it doesn't like this one. Doesn't like this one. Okay, so let's see if we can fix this. Okay, I got it fixed. Basically, they didn't like the SPF record type. They wanted the text. So I added the SPF as a second line in the text record, and we should be good. Although, honestly, I think I can actually delete the verification line now that I've been verified. I don't think it needs to be there, because anyone can see that. All you got to do is look it up. It's there. Anyone can see it. So I think I can delete that. I don't know. All right, let's move on. So let's see here. Okay, so everything's done. So let's proceed. Okay, so I think let's see. So the last thing I want to do is under advanced settings, catch all and notification. You can configure valid email address in your organization as a notification email address. Learn more. So we're gonna add this. Add notification address. Okay. Catch all address. We're going to add. So, okay. Let's see if this works. So, just to make things simple, I will log into their console rather than, I'm not going to worry about setting this up in my own email app just yet. Okay, so I sent myself an email from my Gmail account. Test, it worked. Okay, cool. So now let's try to send an email. New email. I probably have to add... Okay, I'm going to have to add... Now, where do I do that at? I need to add an alias somewhere. Let's figure that out real quick. Okay, so now let's go ahead and test it. Off camera, I went ahead and added an alias to my email account. So I added my new domain to my email account and then created an alias. That's going to be very specific to whatever email provider you're using. So I'm not going to cover all that. But let's see here. We should have an option for Jeremiah Wolf, mail at jeremiah.engineer. We will send this to me. We'll send that to me. We'll call it return test. So I already received a test message. I'm going to send a test message. And we will come over to my Gmail. Oh, okay. And there it is. Return test from mail at jeremiah.engineer. Okay, so there you go. That was a fun little thing to do. It's costing me right now $30 a year plus my existing mail service. So if I didn't already have that in place, we're looking at $50 a year, roughly, give or take. I will say though that if you're not doing a fancy domain, if you just have like a standard .com, .org, .net, you can get those domains for cheap, for a couple bucks a year. They'll usually renew for around $10 or $12. So you can out the door with a personalized domain and email hosting for about $25 a year. For some people that might be prohibitive. For other people it might be worth the novelty. I hope you found this helpful or at least entertaining. All right, take it easy.